There are always asteroids headed towards Earth. What we care about is whether they'll actually hit us. Anyhow, there's an asteroid recently discovered, 2024 YR4. The right question to then ask is how much damage would it do? These things are moving very fast. The closing speeds are typically 20, 30, 40, can be as high as 50 kilometers per second. So that's a lot of kinetic energy being brought in. A good rule of thumb here is that the crater would be about 10 to 20 times the size of the asteroid itself. If the asteroid hit a city, leaving a crater nearly a mile across, that would be completely devastating, destroying many buildings, killing many people. Most of Earth is water. Most of what is not water, that is land, is uninhabited. So chances are, if it does hit, it's not going to harm anyone. If it happens out in the middle of nowhere, then it's just an interesting crater. We have one of those in Arizona. It's called Meteor Crater. It's almost a mile across, and you can sink a 60-story building in the center. We actually detonated bombs of equivalent strength. In fact, we detonated them in the ocean. And while there were local tsunamis, there wasn't a tsunami that took out the population of the world. So you don't want to be there when it happens, if it happens. I'm just telling you, no, civilization will not come to an end. We will not go extinct. We will not have to worry that we will suffer the same fate as the dinosaurs. So chill on that. The estimate for the chances of it hitting us are down at this moment, between 1% and 2% at the time of this recording. Say, if it were to hit Earth, what is the impact corridor that it represents? Since we can't pinpoint it exactly just yet, we can tell you what that part of Earth looks like. So it begins here, just south of the equator in the Pacific, crossing the northern portion of South America, crossing the Atlantic Ocean, crossing northern Africa, crossing the Arabian Sea, India, and it ends right here in Southeast Asia. And that's what gives us this very long impact corridor. The press will make clickbait out of this, for sure. But as the orbit gets closer and closer to the 2032 January 22nd passage, that means our measurements will be better and better. It will not stay in any number other than those two as our orbital calculations become more and more precise. 0, of course, there's nothing to worry about. 100%, at that level, we will know exactly where on Earth it will hit and when. By the way, any country that has a planetary defense office is perking up right now because of these risks that we now know and can track. In fact, China, just as an example, didn't have a planetary defense office until this asteroid's risk was calculated. We can only be safer in this world if everyone thinks about this problem in a coordinated way, together.